Welcome back to Trusted Nose with the man that likes to smell good. I hope you're well, in good health, and of course, smelling great, smelling tanta noise, just smelling. So, as you know, I'm allergic to making top 10 videos. So I'll give you a top 5. So we got my true, authentic top 5 most complimented fragrances in my collection as of now. Let's go. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. Look at this one. Let's go, mate. Let's go. I have to put this disclaimer in this message, this notice here. Of course, compliments are overrated because the majority of people that you meet out and about, they're not really wearing fragrances like that. And if they are wearing fragrances, they're not wearing enough sprays. So take it with a grain of salt because people might just be complimenting you because they smell something different. But anyway, with that out of the way, yeah, compliments are overrated, but I fucking love them. So let's get into it, yeah? So we got 4 honourable mentions, yeah? And I'm just gonna whiz through them. So, come on now. Come on. I'm holding the first bottle in my hand right now, yeah? Come on. It cannot be a Trusted Nose most complimented fragrance video without this one right here. And that's Initial Side Effect. When I look at it, I even have to big up my eyes. Because listen, I don't actually, you know what? I don't know what you want me to say about this fragrance anymore because I've said enough. Like, come on, sweet, boozy, cinnamon, vanilla, date night extraordinaire. I don't really wear this as much now because I haven't really been going on dates like that. But listen, historic compliment getter, unsolicited conversation starter. Next, we've got a fragrance that from one of my favorite North Africans. A fragrance that, listen, like, I don't really get. I like it, but I don't get it. I don't understand why it gets so much love. And that's Summer Oud by Ahmed Al-Maghribi. Yeah? With this one, so sharp, so piercing. It's almost a mess, but there's beauty behind the madness, yeah? So you get this sharp woodiness. You get this like orangey, sweet citrus on top. But like I said, there's something that almost has this like paint stripper, nail varnish remover type of smell into it. But for some reason, the amount of people that stop me and ask me what I'm wearing with this one is scary. But honestly, like I said, true and authentic, I don't know why, but it makes sense. But moving on to the next one now. And before I mention this fragrance, I have to say RIP Carlos, Brooklyn fragrance lover. If you are part of like OG YouTube or whatever, you know about this man, yeah, that was a good reviewer. So we got Brooklyn fragrance lover by Alexandra Fragrances. And this one is obviously an Angel Shares clone, but for some reason, this on my skin, on me, let me big up my eyes, me, it gets more love than the actual Angel Shares. That's why it's in this video. And I told you, true, authentic. It's a very, very good dupe. It doesn't smell one-to-one. No dupe smells one-to-one. And of course it smells of lesser quality, but for some reason, the streets love it and I get stopped when I wear this fragrance. So it is what it is. And then finally, we got this one. We got something for all my broke boys. Bottle is battered, bruised, disheveled. We got Club de Nuit Intense Man. And listen, like I said, this is for all my broke boys, yeah, my brokies, all the boys that could not afford a Ventus. They picked up this. And when I say this, historically, as a compliment getting fragrance, is a Hall of Famer. Even when I've referred it to my friends, my boys, they're telling me that they're getting compliments from unsolicited, from people just randomly, if they're in a queue in the BP, so gas station if you're American, when they're just out and about or doing whatever, they're telling me that they're receiving a lot of love, and it just like a flick just switches in their head, and then they enter the fragrance community. But yeah, this is a rite of passage fragrance. This is stupid stuff. It used to be called Lemon Aventus because it's more of a lemony, cleaning type of smell to it, but it gets the job done. And that Aventus DNA, I've got another fragrance in my top 5 that has that Aventus DNA that just works, and not much more that I can say. Like, it's good fragrance. Onto the top 5, and there's a lot of fragrances that I own, that I wear, that I constantly go back to, but I just never talk about. And I actually like these fragrances a lot. And one of these fragrances is one of my most complimented fragrances, and that's Palais du Rey by Ray Paris. And listen, this one, even the bottle's battered, look at it, yeah? Listen, this one, when it comes to compliments. So what you're getting with this one, yeah? You're getting this oily oud rose, but the way it's done is very like regal, very velvety, very smooth, but very attractive. And for some reason, oud, leathers, fruity ouds, and my skin, they go hand in hand. And I remember when I wore this fragrance at work, I've worn it at work probably like a few times. But one time sticks out to me, yeah, unsolicited compliments by like 3 guys, yeah, 3 proper like builders, roofers to be exact, yeah. I remember I was giving like a health and safety induction to them, obviously going through their scope of works and everything. And within that, they're asking me, these guys are not serious. They're asking me about the fragrance that I'm wearing. They weren't really taking it, well, my health and safety induction too seriously. But like, I kind of like, I don't know, kind of like made me think like, oh, like this fragrance, it must be slapping like that, because I don't hear anyone really talking about this fragrance. Maybe because the house is relatively new and it's quite indie, or it's an indie house. But yeah, and I remember like when I was walking around site as well, they will stop me again to ask me what I'm wearing, if I've got the name for them. And I told them the name, but you know, I don't know, that their French may not be as good, but yeah, this one, when it comes to compliments, it works. So up next, we've got my favorite designer oud. We've got Gucci Intense Oud. I've already spoken about this on my channel. You're getting leather, Western type of oud. You're getting like this light incense. You're getting something slightly resinous, and you're getting some slightly dark, almost like a plummy sweetness to this fragrance, yeah. And brothers and sisters, listen, when I'm doing all of this on YouTube and when I'm saying something's a 10 out of 10, I absolutely mean it. Price-wise, performance, I know a lot of people say the performance is bad. I don't know what they're talking about. Everyone that I've known that's had this fragrance, even myself, we thought the performance is okay. So I don't know, maybe some random batch variation, but I don't know. But yeah, when it comes to compliments, this one, I remember, this is another work story. I remember being stopped on work by the groundskeeper, asking me what I was wearing, and we had this big conversation about fragrances, XYZ. He even took a picture of this fragrance because he went to go and buy it straight away. But listen, beautiful stuff. Ladies like it as well, so what's not there to love? So number 3 spot. I remember earlier on in the video, I told you that Aventus DNA is just, it's just magical. We got Nishane's Hacivat. And you know, this was in my top 10 video like years ago, but listen, this fragrance, and this is another fragrance that's battered as well. That's how you know I'll wear this fragrance. This fragrance, I told you, oak moss, Aventus DNA, it just works. Remember being on the tube, I already told that story, but there's another story of when I was at the doctor's office, or I was at the GP, woman there waiting, she had to ask me what I was wearing because I was just smelling good. Yeah, not good, good. And listen, when I'm feeling extra greedy, yeah, when I pair it up with Black Panther by Alexandra Parfums, yeah, when I paired these two together, I want to smash this together. But anyway, when I paired these two together, it's not fair. It's just not fair. I'll be honest with you, it's not fair. And I don't care. So, next up, listen. We've got my second favorite from Matiere Premier. And you know, I'm always going to be twerking for Matiere Premier because I told you, they just feel like they care. I like the work that Aurélien Gouchard produces as a house, their interaction with the community as well. It just makes sense. And we got Vanilla Powder by Matiere Premier. Listen, this one. There's something about the musk in here that just pierces through the air and it's insane. But let me actually talk about the fragrance, sorry. So you're getting vanilla, of course, coconut, white musk, and you're getting this like sandalwood. So you're getting the Palo Santo. But they all come together really, really well. And for me, I always said this, I get the white musk first, but now as this fragrance has matured over time since my review on it, it's getting more sweeter, more vanillic, and the coconut is a little bit more prominent now. But for some reason, this fragrance, especially when it comes to my fragrance haters, they know who they are. They know it. They love it. So I had to give this fragrance a little bit more respect in the sense that, like I said, one of my biggest fragrance haters, he had to compliment me on this one. That's when I knew. That is when I knew. Look at the way I'm screwing up my face. That's when I knew this was serious. So, coming in at number 1 spot. I think you already know. I might just do a silent review. Just like with side effects. I've said all I could say with this fragrance. It's up to you now. It's a choice. You need to take accountability. It's a choice. Unless I physically buy it for you, and that's not going to happen unless it's a giveaway. But unless I physically buy it for you, I don't know who can save you. We've got Bois Imperial by Essential Parfums. Listen, when I tell you, this is my most complimented, I have to talk in full stops. This is my most complimented fragrance in my collection. As of now, it's not a joke. Honestly, I already told you what this is. Herbal, fresh, woody, modern, sexy. Performance, check. Reactions, check. Sillage, check. And so funny, yeah? It's funny how life works. One of my guys on YouTube, channel Terribly Tough, yeah? I was talking to him last night, like randomly, he just messaged me. He was just like to me, oh, listen, that Bois Imperial, it works, man. So essentially what he was saying was just like, when he first tried the fragrance, yeah, which was kind of my experience in the start. So when he first tried the fragrance, he wasn't really like wowed by it. He didn't think it was anything special. So he kind of brushed it aside. Until one day he thought, okay, let me just give it another go because he's got a big collection as well, just like me. And then he said that he wore it to work. People coming up to him saying, what is that? People taking pictures of the bottle. And then he saw it, then he said he wore it on a date. And that's what on the date, his date was loving the fragrance. It helps him get that jiggy. Listen, I don't know what else I can say, so I'm gonna do a silent review. I'm gonna throw my arms about, yeah? So, banger. Listen, that's all I can say. So, you see my top 5 most complimented fragrances in my collection as of now. And that's the video. So, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll be much appreciated. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, trustednose. And you know what I'm gonna say. More videos out soon. And of course, stay blessed.